Trump just revealed how the US government will fast-track Project Stargate, a $500 billion AI project that could change everything. Project Stargate brings together Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, and Massa's son to build the largest AI infrastructure project in history. The scale is insane. They're constructing massive data centers across America, starting with 10 buildings in Texas, each 500,000 square feet. And that's just the beginning. Oracle is already building AI for healthcare, using it to analyze medical records and create cancer detection systems that could diagnose from a simple blood test. They're even developing personalized cancer vaccines that can be produced in just 48 hours using AI and robotics. But here's what makes this truly huge. SoftBank's Massa originally planned to invest $100 billion, but after seeing the project's potential, he increased it to $500 billion. The project brings together tech giants like Microsoft and Nvidia, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately. Sam Altman believes this will be the most important project of our era, keeping advanced AI developments in America instead of countries like China. It's all happening fast, too. Trump plans to speed up construction through emergency declarations, making it easier to build the massive power plants needed to run these AI systems. The first centers are already under construction in Abilene, Texas, and there's much more coming. Crazy.
$500 billion. That's how much is being invested in the biggest AI project in history. President Trump just announced Stargate, a partnership between OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle to build AI infrastructure in the US. This will include massive data centers, advanced computing systems, and the resources needed to train AI models and support AI development in the US. Stargate will also partner with Microsoft and Nvidia using their computing systems and cloud infrastructure. The first data centers will be built in Texas, with $100 billion being invested immediately and the rest over the next 4 years. More data centers are planned around the US, creating about 100,000 jobs. Initially, SoftBank planned to invest $100 billion, but after seeing the potential of Stargate, they increased their commitment to $500 billion. As part of the vision, OpenAI says they still committed to building AGI for the benefit of all humanity, and Oracle aims to revolutionize medicine using AI. Larry Ellison said that with AI, early cancer detection can be achieved through blood tests, and personalized mRNA vaccines can be developed robotically within 48 hours. This project could potentially reshape the world as we know it, but let me know what you think.
Trump just mentioned that the new AI program that's going to be implemented with $500 billion invested is going to be called Stargate. Is this coincidence? I think not. Remember this Stargate movie? What was it about in 1994? It was about wormholes and also portals to another realm. Stargate is actually connected to the Egyptian mythology and applying gods like Ra, and it also coincides with the advanced technology and extraterrestrials. We have to understand that Google just came out with the Willow chip a couple of years ago, right? And the Willow chip is a super technology computer using quantum physics where they believe that it is connecting with parallel universes. We know that in Egyptian beliefs that this so-called Stargate connects to the underworld, which they believe it requires spells, as you can see mentioned here. They also believe that the Stargate will enable them to do traveling other dimensions and other realms through meditation and altered states. But we know that Willow, the chip, they are saying that it actually can send us and do traveling over time and space. And that was actually talked about just last year. So where are we now currently?
Formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure.
So Stargate was a 1997 science fiction show. Apparently it was pretty terrible. I never watched it. It's also an AI project worth $500 billion now. And what's problematic about it is that it crowns a winner for an AI race that isn't over yet. So OpenAI is going to be building this with Oracle and with SoftBank. And the idea is you build these gigantic computing data centers. You're able to build a supercomputer of the likes of which we've never seen before, 10 million GPUs. The numbers are mind-boggling. And they're selling it as, this will do things that we've never been able to do before, like, a vaccine to cure cancer, etc. I like the lofty goals. I think the problem is when this is compared to other major infrastructure projects that the United States has undertaken, like building our highways or sending rockets to the moon, we had clear goals for those. And in this situation, the goals are much more ambiguous. What does done look like? It's not clear. It's not clear what done looks like. Who gets to use the computer for what? Not clear. Do you use it for medicine, like they're saying? Do you use it for defense? What happens to the other players? What happens to the other players? Anthropic is not out of the game. AWS is still building their own AI. Meta has Llama. Google has a new model that just dropped today that competes with O1 Pro. It's an update to Gemini Flash thinking. It has a 1 million token context window, which is bigger than O1 Pro's context window. And it's weird to me that a project that started before we figured out inference time compute is now being put back on the table as this massive infrastructure project. Because at the end of the day, back when Stargate was first kicked around and then nothing happened, it feels like close to a year ago. And at that time, there were no reasoning models. It was all large language models. And the idea was you needed to pre-train these models on immense amounts of data at immense scales in order to get anything done. So far, so good. So that's why it's so big, right? Like 10 million GPUs, pre-trained, etc. But then the story changed. Like as you go forward in the year, concerns arose about where you get the data for all of that pre-training. Concerns arose around whether you needed that much scale for pre-training. DeepSeek came out, much cheaper model, much fewer GPUs. And a whole new paradigm was unlocked with inference time compute, which is where the machine actually runs parallel tracks and thinks while you type a response in, and it waits. Or, well, it doesn't wait, you wait, it thinks. And so it feels like the whole paradigm for AI changed, which we should expect with an emerging tech that's growing really quickly. And I figure it might change again this year. So if we build this for 4 years, is our world going to be so different it's not even useful? Or are we going to find ways to repurpose it? I don't know. It's Stargate. You tell me. $500 billion. Cheers. I wrote more about that on the Substack.